All right, so today we have Dr. Kelly Bulkeley, who is a longtime member of IASD and has two presentations this year, as well as presentations in the Dream Study Groups program. So I'm really excited to learn about what you have to offer us this year. And let's start with the 2025 online conference.
Yeah. No, it's good to chat with you. I'm doing two things this year. One, calling it macro patterns in dream journals, long-term dream journals, and this will be kind of a research presentation looking at four long-term dream journals and analyzing them. Long-term meaning over many years, hundreds, and in some cases thousands of dreams, and analyzing them in terms of um, patterns relating to the seasons, winter, fall, summer, spring, the weather, wherever the people are, and we have location information about them, and phases of the moon. And so looking for possible correlations, and we have a couple hypotheses that we're working with, but it's something of an exploration of to what extent do dreams reflect bigger macro patterns and new technologies of big data analysis are making this really fun and exciting. I'm using the Sleep and Dream database as the foundation for it, and very curious to see what we'll find.
Awesome. That is super exciting work. I definitely know that there's a lot of factors that affect our dreams. And I've even noticed for myself when I travel or I'm on different parts of the earth, different climates, my dreams, they change in theme and texture. So that's really cool research.
Yeah. It feels like it's building on things that we're learning using these tools, where we know that dreams reflect our personal waking life concerns, our relationships, our health, our work, school, and such. And this was the gist of the 2020 Dreams project I did with Mike Goodman and the Elsewhere team, that our dreams are also influenced by social phenomena, such as political events. What this project is hoping to identify are possible kind of natural phenomena, weather, seasons, the moon, that may also have some impact or some correlational connection to the patterns in our dreams. So yeah, we'll see.
Wonderful. Cool. Well, when the schedule comes out, I'll definitely fit that in so I can check it out. Great. And what about your other presentation?
Yeah, so this is a panel discussion titled Culture, Media, and Dreaming 2025. And it's going to involve Maya Gutman, who I mentioned a moment ago, Linda Kuntz, Elisa Minyakova, and Bernard Welt, in addition to myself, all of whom are practicing artists and or cultural critics of some sort or other, and all dream researchers, all people deeply interested in dreams, and looking at the question of how the world in which we currently live, culturally speaking, with different technologies, media, classic forms of art, new forms of art, new forms of aesthetic experience, how are these all influencing our beliefs about dreams, our attitudes towards dreams, and our actual dreaming experiences? So it's going to be a conversation about how dreams and culture interact, and what is the nature of that interaction right now, kind of a state of the dynamic conversation.
Great. Yeah, that's super important. I mean, dreams are so prominent in different cultures and in our society. Even if it's not talked about, it affects how we act and how we socialize. So I'm really excited for that presentation as well. So now let's shift a little bit and talk about the Dream Study Groups program, which is an online series that lasts all year. And there's different series that one can sign up for, and each one kind of highlights a different perspective in regarding dreams, such as research, dreams and ethnicity, dreams in the arts, and the research series. So you participated in the Dreams in the Arts series. Can you tell me about that, and kind of what importance does that Dreams in the Arts perspective bring to the full picture?
Yeah. Well, I'm the way you just described these different domains and these different in conferences, there often appear as tracks, um, different sort of groupings of people's presentations and such. I mean, I try to do it all. I think to do justice to dreaming, we really have to be involved in all of these different ways of exploring dreams. So I don't. Uh, what I'll say about the dreams in the arts track, which you asked me to say something about, which I love being part of and contributing to, uh, but it really is a multidisciplinary process to study dreams, to explore dreams, and to have these conferences where we're all really learning from each other. So the great thing I think about dreams and the arts in particular is that we bring um, into really interesting actualization this long argument about art and what is art and what's the point of art or what's the value of art. And I believe that dream studies and dream researchers, and I think we see this in our programs, draw very much on what's generally referred to as kind of a romantic view of art, which looks at art not as like a decoration or a kind of fun thing you do to entertain yourself, but actually art is a mode of knowing. It is an experiential, aesthetic, um, philosophical approach, excuse me, to experience, to the world, to ourselves, and can access truths and insights that are difficult, if not impossible, to gain through other more rational, more Enlightenment style approaches. So, always saying that there is a way of looking at art as profoundly um, revelatory of deeper truths about life and the world. And I think that when we bring that approach to art into conversation with dream research and the study of dreams and the practices of dream artists, really amazing things happen. So I think that's a broad way of thinking about what the Dreams in the Arts sort of programs at the IASD are able to provide.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Such a great perspective, and I'm really excited for the conference as well. So I'm curious. One more question I wanted to ask you is, how has your personal journey with dreams evolved, and how has it inspired you on all this work that you've done in the field?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. And I think that probably everybody in the IASD and has their own version of how their dreams have guided them through this process of studying dreams and doing dream research and dream art. My own dream journaling practice has continued, pretty steadily since I was in my early 20s. I have a sense that the frequency of nightmares that was much higher then in my adolescence and early 20s has diminished. So that's a broader pattern for sure. My dream recall was the least when the kids were the youngest and most active, and my wife and I have 3 kids. So that's interesting to see. And now my recall is they've left the nest. Recall is back up. I guess I'd say just most simply, even now, 40 plus years into the journey, every morning, the dream that I hopefully remember is a surprise. It's just something new. It's just I didn't expect it. I kind of when I look at it, I'm like, oh, I see where that came from, or I see where that came from, but I didn't see it coming at all. And so every dream is a gift from the unconscious of something that is literally a new birth, a new creation, a new uh, experience, and that's just that just gets more and more exciting as time goes on, and looking at that over time and realizing, wow, there are some deeper patterns, and there's this kind of ongoing dialogue that we develop with our unconscious selves, our dreaming selves. So yeah, it just and then now with again technology, the dream journal is a technology and a very ancient technology, a very ancient form of dream amplification and extending the power of dreams using tools. And now combining that ancient technology with modern computing power. This is where some dream app like dream journaling app like Elsewhere, which I've been helping get going, I think is taking it to another level, let's say, of what's possible with dream journals for not just people with access to very specialized resources, but for anybody. And and there are many apps out there that can do this, and so I really do hope that the kinds of things I've been fortunate to be able to discover in my own dreams can be made just much more accessible. Because I don't think it's we're all dreamers and we all have these potentials within us, and to the extent that these kinds of tools can help each dreamer bring that out to the fullest, I think that's very exciting.
Yeah, it is exciting, and that's a really good takeaway. And it is quite profound because dreaming is it's so amazing. I mean, it's my favorite thing to talk about too. So that's why these conferences are so great, and the work we're doing is so important. So hopefully, people will be able to check you out at the conference and in the study groups. And I appreciate you for chatting and sharing a little bit about your world with us.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, good talking with you too.